IGCSE music listening paper. We are looking at world music today, general music that is. So we are going to look at both a section B1 and B2 from the November 2024 paper 1-2 past paper. So we're going to go through those full general world music sections. So we're going to take a listen to the audio extract, look at our question paper, and follow by answering the questions.
Section B. You will hear 3 extracts of music from around the world. Each extract will be played 4 times, with a pause between each playing. Music B1. You will hear an extract for instruments. There is a long introduction before a new instrument joins, playing the printed melody. Look at the skeleton score and read through the questions.
Okay, so let's go ahead and read through our questions for B1. So of course it says, there's a long introduction, and then we will hear new instrument that joins and it will play this printed melody. So it says in question 9, describe the music of the introduction, which is obviously before the printed melody is played. Then question 10a, what instrument or which instrument plays now the printed melody, which instrument joins, and then which scale is the melody based on? Okay, and if you're already thinking world music, wow, we can already rule out like the majors, depending on where this music comes from. I'm kind of leaning towards pentatonic because, hello, most of the world music forms will follow that, but okay. Last things last, they ask us, where does this music come from, or from where does this music come, and then we just need to name a region. So that's our 6 marks wrapped up for us. Let's take a listen to the extract and then proceed to answer our questions.
Now listen to music B1 and answer the questions.
There we go, a beautiful extract. My gosh, I would have loved to have been in the exam room when this was played. I would have loved to have written this paper, but okay. I think we can definitely go in and answer question 10a through to 11. Okay, based on just that first listening. So remember, we don't have to answer question by question. Yes, we do have to be systematic within subsections. So we're now focusing on section B1. We can only answer these questions, but we don't have to go ahead and answer them 9, 10A, 10B, 11. We can answer them in any order, and I think let's start with 10A. Which instrument plays the printed melody? And definitely we can hear a Japanese type flute there, and that is the shakuhachi. So we can go ahead and put that down for 1 mark there. Then, which scale is the melody based on, or on which scale is the melody based? Thank you, English. Definitely the pentatonic scale. We can go ahead and tick that. And then from where does this music come? And it's definitely from Japan. That was a beautiful Japanese extract there. So we're going to play the extract once more. And of course, in the actual exam, you have 4 listenings, 4 silences, and then you can answer it at your own pace. Well, within the timed CD, of course, but you'll have more listenings in the actual exam. This video just deals with, okay, what are we doing? What? Sort of deal with it quickly, but don't feel that in the actual exam you need to deal with it as quickly as I'm doing it now. So we're going to listen once more, and then we're going to describe the music of the introduction, which of course comes before the printed melody. So let's take a closer hearing to that, and then we can answer our final question.
Music B1, second playing.
Okay, so that was the whole extract, but of course we did hear the introduction. So now we need to describe the music thereof. So we have 3 marks here in brackets, so that's our allocation. So let's go ahead and give our 3 facts for 3 marks here. So we can definitely hear plucked string instrument playing an arpeggio type pattern there. It's a rising pattern here, and that is followed by a 2-note descending motive. Now also we can describe the music in terms of texture, and it's definitely monophonic here. You hear a single melodic line. So even that will give you a mark over here. So this is then repeated or echoed. A similar passage is also played an octave higher. There's a glissando passage afterwards followed by a nice little tremolo. And then there's definitely a repeated, more metrical type pattern that follows. And then this leads directly into the melody, the printed one that's then played by the shakuhachi. So any of those 3 facts would then get you your marks. And this, I would say, is a more higher grade type question here, because they do expect you to be quite detailed in what you're saying. And so a detailed answer that covers a few of these points would definitely get you your 3 marks. But if you have a few of those, but you're not really being specific or detailed enough, you might get 2. And then if you only have about 1 or maybe correct observations, but very abstractly and not in the context of the actual music of the introduction, maybe in the order that it appears, you might only get 1 mark. Okay, and of course if you don't answer anything, you'll get 0. Yes, so that would be our answers for music B1. Let's go ahead and listen to B2.
Now listen to music B2 and answer the questions.
Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and answer our questions. Firstly, we're going to read them, of course. I did this in a little bit of a different order than the previous extract, but music B2, it says you will hear an extract for instruments, and we of course just heard that. So they ask us to name the instrument in the first half of the extract, and then how is sound produced in this instrument. Then we need to compare the 2 halves of the extract, and we have to say where this music comes from. Now, of course, this is one of my favorite world musics over here, so already just by me listening to it, I can hear it's Arabic music. Woohoo! But I know some people do have trouble hearing the difference between Arabic music and Indian music. Just remember, Indian music has a drone underneath. Arabic music doesn't, so this doesn't have the drone. This is definitely Arabic music, and I think the more you listen to the different types of world musics, the more you'll be able just to, off the top of the head, say, oh yes, that's that. You can't escape listening, you just have to listen. You can't be lazy, there's no way around this. And maybe in the beginning you find that, okay, I don't really like, so to speak, this world music, but the more you listen to it, the more it grows on you, and the more you will learn to appreciate it. Whether or not you like it, whatever, that's up to you, and you don't have to like everything in music, but you definitely do have to expose yourself. You do have to have a musical appreciation for different styles, not just in Western art music, but definitely in world music. Now, this is the last year that Cambridge will be doing this format of the exam, and we'll be going through 7 different types of world musics to prepare for this exam and such. So I think just take advantage of the fact that you are able to be exposed to this type of music and the broad variety to which you are exposed, because from next year onwards it's going to be different. Yes, there's going to be cool things like film music, maybe electronic music, but the world music things are going to shift and be a little bit smaller, and so maybe the people doing IGCSE from next year onwards might not be as world exposed as you. And Just take heart in the fact that you are exposed, and you should be exposed to a lot of world musics, and that it really is a privilege. So yeah. Anyway, that being said, question 14's answer is definitely Arabic. So it comes from Arab traditions, and this is an Arabic music example. The first instrument that we hear in the first half of the extract, I'm going back to 12a now, that would be the oud. So that is a very Arab string instrument. Looks very much like a Western lute. And yeah, the Western lute is definitely based on the idea of the Eastern oud, if you didn't know that before. Now, how do we produce sound on the oud? Well, of course, it is plucked. And if you didn't know that, you can definitely hear it. So plucked would give you your mark there. So we just haven't answered question 13. So what I'm going to do is play the extract again, and then we can answer the comparison question on the two halves of the extract. How do they differ from one another? And we need to give 3 facts for 3 marks there.
Music B2, second playing.
So there we have it. Now we can compare those two halves of the extract. The first half is definitely a solo part, more soloistic. We have the oud playing there. The second half, more instruments joined. So something as simple as that would definitely give you a mark. The first half is fairly free in time and meter, and it definitely feels more improvised. It does use a repetitive motive, but there's improvisation there on. In the second half, we find a more set meter, a regular meter, and it is more metrical. We also find this in other types of world music, like Indian music, for example. But, of course, we're dealing with Arabic music, so let's stick to that. And because of the more instruments that join there in the second half, we can definitely hear that heterophonic texture. So the melody on top of each other, but played in different guises by the different instruments. But any of those 3 will give you your 3 marks there. So I hope that this has helped you in terms of a full-on general world music section for the Cambridge IGCSE music listening exam. We have dealt with a total of only 12 marks out of a possible 70 in this video, but I do hope that it gives you some insight into the general part of the world music listening anyway, and that you will go ahead and just listen, because this is definitely what's going to help you with this section. And I will be uploading a subsection B1 and B2 from the November 2024 paper 1-1 as well as 1-3 past papers, so make sure to watch that. Those will include the full audios for these subsections and also go through all 4 listenings, all 4 silences in which you can answer your questions, and then right at the end of those videos will also be the memos. So please do go ahead and check that out once it is posted, and as always, please do feel free to leave any comments or questions in the comments below, and I will definitely get back to you. So I hope that this has helped for your preparation for the 2025 IGCSE music listening exam preparation, and I will see you soon. Bye.